I'm Devang Doshi from Kathiawar Stores. We, Kathiawar Stores, are a 90-plus-year-old company founded in 1928. I'm the fourth generation working in this business. We started our journey with a small general store and a distribution business. Slowly, we started evolving and we ventured into different opportunities, like we were doing home appliances. Also, we expanded more into the general stores. And then we found our niche, that is cosmetics and lingerie. So we are based out of Hyderabad and we have 5 stores. So we are one of the leading cosmetics and lingerie retail outlets in India with over 300 brands under our roof, dealing also in salon furniture, equipments and professional beauty as well. So we are a one-stop shop for anything beauty, whether it is a salon, whether it is your home care products, whether it is a professional looking for professional products, everything is available under one roof. Because it is a family-owned business, we stay true to our values and we ensure that customer service is always our top priority. In today's day and age, software is a critical part of any business, and for it to be absolutely right on is a must. We've used several softwares in the past, certain big names, certain small names. We've in fact had the journey where we were not using any software, everything was done manually as well. But then came a time where we realized that without a proper software, because that is the backbone of any retail industry, expanding the business and getting the right data, right analytics is difficult. So after a lot of trial and error, we found Ginesys, and we've been using Ginesys for over a decade now, and no looking back as such, because they've always been pioneers in retail industry, and the features, the support, the team support and the type of availability that they have in terms of understanding the entire market is nobody else can match that. So we're very happy with Ginesys and hope to grow further with Ginesys as well. So Ginesys is used as our day-to-day software for all our needs, whether it is our procurement, whether it is our invoicing, whether it is our e-invoicing, whether it is our e-way bill management, our analytics, everything has been handled by Ginesys. And it is very easy to use, I must say. From the start of when the product is received to us, when the procurement is done, and then the stock is being sent to our stores, everything has been well thought of and everything is well documented. It becomes easier for us to track each and every metric of what is happening. Even from the retail point of view, our loyalty program is deeply integrated with Ginesys. Our e-way bill, because of 𝐒𝐷𝐺𝑠T, is all integrated with Ginesys. Our e-invoice is integrated with Ginesys. So everything, even if I pick up, anybody who is not that tech savvy and we explain them Ginesys how to use, it's a half-day job for them to learn the entire mechanics of how the invoicing is happening, whether it is a procurement, whether it is reports. It's very well thought of, and because we've been using it for a while, it's second nature to us. Everything happens very quickly for us to use it. Since the beginning that we have been using Ginesys, we've been using our offline server, in-house server, and our entire application was set up in that one. But then, due to the challenges in the current digital world, whether it is ransomware attacks, whether it is dependency on hardware, we decided to move to the SaaS model of Ginesys, where our entire Ginesys software has been put up on cloud. We've done that last year, and after that we found a drastic improvement, not only in terms of performance but also in terms of peace of mind for us, because we don't have to worry about what is going to happen, whether there's no downtime for us, because there were a lot of times where even we faced challenges because of server being a little having some issues or the other, and then store operations get disturbed because of that. So I think for us it made sense for us to move to SaaS for a smoother operations and no downtime at all. Because Ginesys has always been ahead in terms of thinking what the future is going to be for the retail industry, it always makes our life easier, because we don't have to look around and understand how we're going to evolve ourselves. Whether it is, like I'll give you a small example, whether it is the whole GST implementation, it was a big task for the entire nation, especially for the retail industry. even we were a little afraid that how we are going to manage that. But then Ginesys had come out with a way how we move from VAT to GST in a very smooth transition. It happened very smoothly for us. Same way now, because the AI generation is now upon us, and I see what Ginesys has been doing with AI. I think it is going to revolutionize how every retailer understands their metrics, because the biggest challenge in retail industry is you will find tons of data, but to understand that data is the biggest challenge, because there's so much of data for us to churn, so much of us to understand, so much of learning for us to do and the team to do. That is where this AI driven technology that Ginesys is bringing will be a revolutionary thing for the entire retail industry, and especially for us as well, because we'll be able to not only track what we are doing wrong in terms of our procurement, in terms of our inventory, whether it is our dead stock, whether it is our customer retention policies, whether it is our procurement policies. We'll be able to refine things to the minute level. This will help us to further improve our performance in terms of our business, further enhance our growth, further also make sure that we are having good time and energy spent for giving better customer service rather than focusing more on the back office works. So I think one of the biggest standpoints that sets Ginesys apart from other softwares that we have also used in the past and which we keep seeing in the market is their support. Because Ginesys has a big team for support, and because their knowledge of the entire retail business is so strong, they understand what type of challenges a retailer can face, and their support is always very quick. It's very simple. We just either raise a ticket and then somebody connects with us, and the entire process is very smooth. So there are a lot of times where it is instantaneous, that even in a half an hour, in an hour, the problem gets solved. So I think this is the biggest strength that a software lies, because there are certain times where there might be a certain issue which might stop the business for a time being. Unless and until that issue is resolved quickly, it becomes difficult for you to rely on the software, because it being a critical part of the business, it is very important that all the issues get resolved at the quickest possible time frame. This is where Ginesys' strength lies. This is where they're able to fix things or help us in understanding, training. All these things happen so quick that we don't realize that there's something going wrong or something went wrong. Even if it is a human error from our end, everything gets fixed very quickly. As I've been using Ginesys for over 10 years, I would definitely recommend anybody in the retail industry, whether you're into apparel, whether into footwear, whether you're into beauty or any other industry which encompasses retail, that Ginesys is the way to go for you guys, because the type of reporting, the type of support, the type of technology that Ginesys is bringing in, I personally haven't seen any other software company bring that thing into the Indian market. So I think for the betterment of Indian retail industry, it is important that brands like Ginesys grow further and they bring more and more technologies and help us in fact grow further as well. So I think Ginesys is the way to go. Thank you, Ginesys, for being a part of our journey as well for the past 10-12 years. Very grateful, and thank you everyone.